kind of in the middle of things, as we do. And before we jump back in, let me give us yet another little introduction. So, we're starting out black screen, and we just hear weird voices uttering words in what the magic users would call draconic, the language of magic, but somehow with like a weird accent to it. And then lettering at the bottom, once again, 10,000 years ago. The scene fades in, and we see walls of pristine white stone covered in carved runes that pulse with fire. And there are three robed figures standing at the central altar, and their hands move in synchronized patterns, runes appearing around their fingers as they do, and they channel power into the Hellstorm focus. Through the shimmer of magical energy, you can glimpse their faces. Human, elven, maybe something in between, but all of them have their faces covered with angular tattoos of Elasnist's war magi. And one of them speaks with a tight voice and barely contained fury. Karzuk's forces crossed the Malgorian mountains at dawn. The Runelord demands we burn them from existence before they reach the coast. And the second magus doesn't look up from the array, and hands moving through precise gestures. The focus isn't responding properly. There's interference. Something in the ley lines. We should wait. We do not wait when Elasnist commands, says the first one. And then the third one, sounds like the youngest, kneeling closest to the altar, whispers, "The stars were strange last night. I checked the ephemeris 3 times. They don't match any recorded configuration." And the first one again, with his rough, commanding voice, "Stargazing is for slaves and madmen. Focus the array now." The runes blaze brighter, and the central stone begins to hum. It's like a sound that you feel more than you hear it. It just vibrates in the bones. And then fire gathers above the altar like a sun. And then the sky falls. The ceiling cracks. Stone screams, and the carefully contained fire above the altar in the focus reverses, and for one eternal seeming instant, the three magi understand that they are already dead. We fade back to black, or we fade over into the room as it looks now, everything covered in black ash 10,000 years later. And in those three places where you as characters, of course, haven't seen it, but we as the audience know that that's where the Magi stood 10,000 years ago. That's where they were burnt down by that backfiring of this apparatus, whatever it is, when Earthfall happened. And that's where those three piles of ash and bone were when Quillip first stepped into this chamber. Right after he stepped in, though, we saw those bones. Sorry. We saw that ash and those burns and those bones slowly reassemble, rising up into a vaguely humanoid form that then just caught on fire. You hear screaming, no longer human or human-seeming words, just a pain, a howl of anguish and agony as these humanoid shapes are just completely combusted. Toren, you immediately feel this fire resonating with you, and you see the flames for what they are. They are not a gift. They are nothing they control. They are essentially a cage that these poor souls are trapped in, condemned to live or exist as just flaming fury. So here we go. Quillip, it is your turn.
Yes, he is going to start by trying to recall knowledge.
I have a lot of things here that I have to look through. Yes, hang on. Okay, so you're not they're clearly undead to you, and it may seem a little bit paradox, but you think that because they're the fire is really trapping them, that fire might be the thing that would hurt them the most as well.
Okay. Okay, well, he does have a solution to both of those things. So next thing, he is going to devise a stratagem against the creature that's to the south of the room. So let's see if that works. Whoops, I don't know why it zoomed.
Yeah, me neither. It does that when you do the stratagem.
Okay.
Hope I'm right. Is that what I said? That's all.
All right. Okay. So that's probably not gonna hit. So instead, he's going to turn his attention to the creature that's in the middle of the room, and he is going to target it with one of his vials, making it deal fire damage.
All right. You toss it, it bursts open, the flames of the vial kind of intermingle with the flaming aura of that poor creature, and it does absolutely nothing.
Okay.
All right, the combusted. Yeah, as I've said, they started to form, and then immediately, as they took shape, let out this pained howl, and one of them, the one closest to the altar, like the pitch of that howl, flares up like a flame, and the agony is just palpable. So everyone within 15 feet, which is Drava and Quillip, need to make a will save, please. Okay. Yeah, the agony is almost contagious, and to your surprise, you actually you combust yourself. As fire for a brief moment washes over your entire body. And this is the regular damage, which Drava takes, and then Quillip, you take half of that. So that was its first action. Still like reeling as if it's fighting the flames, trying to put them out, but clearly it has no chance of doing so. And as it like throws its arms around, it steps forward, just and Quillip, as it comes closer, an intense aura of heat catches you as you're like standing toe to toe with it. Quillip, give me a save here. Okay, you succeed, but you do take half damage from the sheer intensity of this heat. And as it like keeps flailing its arms around, you don't know if intentionally or not, but it just starts lashing out at you and hits you with its flaming arms for some just pure bludgeoning damage, but also some fire damage on top. Okay, that was the first one. The one over here, similar scene where it's just like, it's like a panicked person that has been doused in fuel and set ablaze, and it just like, almost coincidentally finds its way forward here and catches Drava in its aura. So Drava, I need you to make a reflex save. Oh, I shouldn't have targeted Quillip for this.
Yes, I'm good at reflexes.
Nice. And maybe you were kind of like half duck out of the room, so you only take half of this damage. But once again, this creature as well just kind of frantically throws its hands around, almost catching Drava in its attack. Well, let's see if it does actually, and I shouldn't say almost, because it indeed catches you. The blow connects, does some damage, and it continues to flail its arms around, hits yet again for another 7 points of damage. There should be 2 instances here. Don't forget the other one. The first one, the 9 points.
Oh yeah.
The third one in the pack steps forward. Quillip, the intensity of the heat rises even more. Ooh, nice. So you don't. Yeah. So you don't take any damage from the aura right now. Nonetheless, you are being targeted here as it strikes you for 7 points of damage, continues to flail its arms around in what looks like panic, but might be malevolence, hard to tell, for another 8 points. And then it is Sevro's turn.
All right. Sevro, because he has the Rune Scar dedication, he can cast one first level spell from his runes. And I picked this because I like the blinding condition, but I think it's going to work perfect here. I'm going to cast Briny Bolt at the one that I have targeted. Oh, I thought I would have water. Oh, it does have water.
All right. You blast it with that, but it's just bludgeoning damage, looks like. It does have the water trait. Okay, it does have the water trait.
I don't know.
No, that's all right. So it does have the water trait. As you blasted with that briny bolt, the creature that was just like flailing around in the fire, you would think that would help, because you would think it puts out the fire. Instead, it seems to be overcome by even more pain, and it's convulsing, and it becomes stunned 1. And the water does not, even though the water does not seem to be able to douse its flames, instead it just adds to the torture.
It's also blinded for 1 round, but it can take 1 action to wipe the salt water from its eyes.
Okay, so we have blinded and dazzled.
And then I will shield for my last action.
Oh wait, there wasn't a critical success. Sorry, I should have taken off the dazzled. It's not on there anyway. Okay, all right. Toren.
Well, Toren will yell at the Quillip and Drava, saying quick, someone get behind me! I have been praying for this. And he will immediately, of course, assume the mountain stance, and he will move forward. And as he moves forward, both Drava and Quillip will probably feel how his elemental aura somehow changes, because if before it was blazing with wavering heat, and now it's seemingly chilling. Because I have a very peculiar feat that I picked up, which is called Versatile Blasts. Because at this point he will
Cool.
quickly turn to one of these combusted beings, look them in their burning eye sockets, and say, this cursed flame shall not hold you for long, for I know the cure, and he will smash them with one of his melee elemental blasts. Let's pick the blind one.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Nice.
Wait, so add the following damage types to those you can choose for elemental blasts of that element. So fire, so you're making cold damage, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's a powerful blast here, and it takes still no damage. Well, no, that's not it. It's because it was just running as fire. Okay, so it takes 5 points of cold damage, which would be your regular, but that seems to be indeed very effective. It has a higher effect than you were expecting it.
Nice. Nice.
Is that your turn?
Yes, that's it. The stance, move, and strike.
Okay, I will need a reflex save from you as you're stepped into the intense heat aura.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, you fail and take 7 points of fire damage. Ketra.
Ketra has no idea what's going on. She just hears lots of screaming and flailing and flames. So she's gonna. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
What? She doesn't even know what she's looking at. Let's see. Drava is in a bad spot.
Sorry, real quick, Toren, can you roll another reflex save? I didn't catch that you were in both auras here. Ketra, continue.
Ketra is going to wave her red bandana, and she's going to call for a defensive retreat, seeing that 2 of the party members are in very bad shape, which will allow them to take 3 steps if they so choose. Let me post it again.
It's less steps and more like dropping to the ground and rolling as Drava's clothes are on fire. It's just like swatting it with blackened fingers, and yes, I am definitely kidding.
And I will just note this is a free action. It is not your reaction to do this. So you still have your reaction in case that's relevant. And unfortunately that's all I got, because that's all 3 actions. So yeah, she's just trying to pull them out of there. She's getting, actually, this is probably oh god. This is heavy flashbacks, probably to the mill fire, because it's her and Toren trying to drag people out.
Actually, I will say, when you look into the room, like I've described them before, they look like people on fire that are just running around in panic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Toren like trained this cold blast specifically after that fire. So yeah.
Very cool. All right, Drava. Well, I'm done. Sorry.
Okay, it's Drava's turn.
Okay. I have this persistent damage.
Yeah. You are currently on fire. You can try to... You definitely get a check at the end of your turn after taking the persistent damage to see if it goes out on its own. But you can also try what's called an assistant recovery, where you get to make that check first to avoid taking the damage. But that will take an action.
Can I try and put it out? What do I roll?
Okay, so just describe what you do.
Yeah, when Ketra stepped behind me, well, first it was towards like rushing in, and then Ketra behind me opened the chance to go back, and Drava doesn't know what's happening. Suddenly everything was normal, and then she was engulfed in flames, and when the opportunity came, it was almost like a compulsion to go back, and she just dropped to the ground and rolled and tried to sweat all the things that burning, simultaneously trying to protect her trinkets, but just trying to put out all the flames in her robes. And yeah, rolling, tuck and roll.
Yes. All right. But unfortunately, the roll is a failure, so you run the risk of still taking the damage. I think you could try that again if you wanted to, but you can.
I'm not gonna stay on fire.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Avoid it.
I think you can do that roll yourself. If you hover over the icon for the
Yeah. There's make recovery check.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
Nope, don't want to do that one. But if you hover
Oops.
over it in the pop-up, there's a roll-assisted
Yeah.
recovery. Yeah.
That's what I.
Oh, that is what you did? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I'd also rolled the damage. That's why I thought.
Because it does say what you say. Oh, but now it disappeared.
Yes,
Yeah, but
because you did successfully recover here.
Okay.
It applied the
Okay.
result.
I
That
think
was
that were my 3 actions, right?
Yeah, that's true. That was the third roll. Okay, but at least you're not on fire. Quillip.
Okay, Quillip is going to do some instant bandaging. He's going to use battle medicine on himself. Can you target yourself?
Yeah. You guys can do it. Push a button.
What would be the button? Sorry. Okay, now should I? Anyway, just roll for.
So token or shift T, I believe.
50. Okay, there it is. Thanks. So he is going to read his wounds. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I guess pain focuses the mind. All right. And with that done, oh well, he feels. He feels like he can do some payback, so he's going to study that creature that's locked in combat with Toren.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't think he can hit it, so instead he's going to pull out a vial, give it a little mix, and prepare an elixir for next round.
Okay.
And he's
Let's
going
see.
to wave it in Drava's face.
I appreciate that. I also have a lesser healing potion, which I was planning on drinking as soon as I had the chance.
Yes. And also, Quillip this whole time continuing to to be on fire. So make your recovery check, please, after
Yeah.
taking that damage. Oh, critical failure. So it lingers. All right. The combusted creatures. Let's see. So it can take an action, you said, to wipe the water from its eyes. Let's do that. So it's just like in panic, like ah! And then shouldn't be dazzled. That would have been. Then it is stunned 1, so it only has 2 actions, and with its third action, it's just gonna like continue to scream in pain and agony, and more or less accidentally attack Toren
Oh, it hits.
for 9 points of damage here. And you catch on fire. The next one over here is also going to. It's like, you know, fire beget fire. It's just it's like Toren has a certain gravity that pulls them towards him, as this one then lets out its agonizing howl. Everyone who can hear that in 15 feet. So that's actually all of you need to make a will save. I should have targeted you first. Hoo boy.
Whoosh.
Do I want to do it?
Okay. Let's take this one at a time. So this is full damage. Sevro, you will take double.
Okay. Okay.
Quillip, you take full, and everyone else takes half. And Quillip, you are so shaken by that sound of literally sounds like somebody burning to death. And you never thought that you would have to hear what that sounds like. You are frightened 1.
Where's the
That was
damage?
14.
Ah, and I take half of it?
Yes, if you click that little
Plus.
plus thing, then it pops out.
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was its first action. And then with its second action, it's gonna keep flailing at Toren.
Did you say Quillip got frightened?
Wait, who crit failed? It was Sevro, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I may have used the wrong name, but
Yeah.
it's Sevro who got frightened.
Yep.
And then its last attack strikes Toren successfully for 6 points of damage. And then it's the third one in the pack here that also just like staggers forward. And for a moment there, it looks like it's gonna run past Toren, but then it makes a turn towards him once again. It really is almost like gravity as they get drawn towards him. And this one strikes true for 7 points of damage with the first attack and lands another blow for 10 points.
This is getting kind of hairy.
Yeah.
Okay, Sevro, it's your turn.
Sevro thinks we need another target in there with them. Which one would be good? He's gonna summon a water scamp. Behind that creature.
Right here.
Yeah.
And I will give you control of it.
Or actually, I should do it probably right here, given that this thing has a breath weapon.
Yeah, I'll give you control, so you should be able to move it.
Oh. Oops. Okay. Sevro can only really see in a straight line, so sorry if that's dumb positioning.
Okay, and when it appears, I believe it gets an action, right?
I think so. Is it just one action, or is it taken?
I think it's supposed to take both actions.
Yeah, you get to command it as part of the summoning, I believe.
Right. I'm gonna have it do the. Oh, I have control. Sorry. I'm gonna have it melee.
And it misses.
Right, and then it's gonna try and drench. I don't know if
Shakes
this will
out
work. What was it?
the endless supply of water from its fur to put out all fires in a 5-foot emanation. The time extinguishes all non-magical fires automatically and attempts to counteract magical fires. This has the water trade. Okay, so yeah, so as it like shakes itself like a weird-looking winged dog, water flies all through the chamber, raining down on Toren and on all of these. Wait, it's a 5-foot radius, 5-foot emanation.
Enough.
Yeah, so I mean, it does fly further than that, but there's only enough of it to really have an effect on the one closest to you. But it does have an effect. It doesn't do damage, but it leaves this one stunned as it gets
Nice.
doused by that, or drenched by
At least
that.
something.
Absolutely. And that's your turn, Toren.
Okay. I think it's about time for Toren to heroically step back, but before that, he will punch once and again with first this one. This time I switched it to the ice, so it should work with 4 damage, but I missed. And the second punch for the other one.
Yeah.
This is not a good start for Toren, so let's retreat.
And you run out of the chamber as fast as you can. Ketra.
Is this a door?
Yeah, it is a secret door, I believe.
Okay, because I can't see it on the map. So.
Oh yeah. That's why. Yeah, it's a secret door.
Can I shut it?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
I think I'll shut it.
You like maneuver that slab of the wall back into place.
So it's like a slab of wall. Like what?
Yeah, it's a flagstone wall, and then a couple of those flagstones are connected amongst each other, but not to the ones around them. So you have to like kind of like muscle them into place.
All right.
It works like a door. It's a little awkward to handle.
I guess there's no obvious way to like lock it or block it or anything like that.
No.
Okay. In that case, she is going to hold her ground there, and in the event that anything does try to open that door, she's going to ready a. She's going to. Hang on. How much of this do I have? She's going to draw a vial of holy water.
Oh. Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, she can't ready an action to throw the holy water.
No, that's too
so
fast.
she'll just close the door, draw the holy water, and third action. I don't know. She can't really do anything to help anyone right now. I guess that's it for the.
Wait, holy water doesn't have the water tree?
Does it not? Hold on.
No.
It doesn't?
I looked just now. I was like, what? Yeah. I thought for sure it would too.
Maybe because it's just not enough water by volume, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't think Ketra's smart enough to. She's like, well, water's water. So, I think she'll still do it. But.
Sevro taps Quillip and goes, "Look at this idiot. Gonna use holy water."
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
She technically has to swap out her banner for the holy water, but that's what she's got.
So does that mean that the effect of the banner is gone for now?
No, it's not gone. It's just that she can't use certain. I think they're called brandish. Tactics or whatever they're called, whatever the term is.
I think that's
like
exactly
defensive retreat. Yeah, defensive retreat has brandish, so like she can't use all the tactics when she's got to put away. Okay. So wait, can she use one action to help somebody else put out the fire, or does that require 2 actions?
Close swap. I think assist to recovery. Actually, you're basically readying an action to help. So
okay, well then never mind.
It is 2.
I'm done.
I think it is 2. All right, so Drava. Oops.
Drava is smoking, like literally, like smoke is coming out and like little whips of fire, and with shaking hands and burns, she will drink healing potion.
Quillip is still waving his vial towards her.
Okay. So it's ready, so I can just take it and drink it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can take that healing potion, but you can also take that elixir of life.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need both because I am at 1 hit point.
Yes.
Downs one, grabs the other, downs that
too. I'm clicking on Quillip's one, but it doesn't work.
Clicking on use? Okay, then let me just roll it for you. Oh.
I appreciate it, Quillip, but you need to work on your formulas. I can tell you what you've been working for, what's his name? The potent potables. No, what's the alchemist that makes the not great potions?
Oh, the bottle solutions.
Bottle solutions, not potables. Yeah. I'm not the pill bug, but I appreciate it anyway.
Yeah.
And so that's 2 actions, right?
That's 2 actions.
I don't know what to do for the third one. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to drink the little healing potion, the minor healing potion I have. So yeah,
Oh, I think
this
that,
time it's just like chugging.
yeah. Don't you have to use an action to pull out the potion? Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I do think it's an interact action to ready the potion.
If it's on your person, you have to pull it out.
Oh, okay, sorry. So, then I am done.
Okay, so you have the potion in hand, basically. Here, let me remove that. Yep. Have the potion in hand, ready to chug it. Quillip.
Right, Quillip is going to turn his attention to Toren and again do some instant bandaging. On the auto tab. Sorry. But fear not, that was just 1 action. He is going to also concoct a potion for him. Well, an elixir, not a potion.
Matt, can you look up if you need to have line of sight to be able to command a summoned creature?
Yeah.
Oh, and since Quillip does have 1 more action, I think he'll just push it against Thorn's mouth.
Just get splashed in the face with the elixir. You can't help but feel a little better.
And I believe that's Quillip's turn.
Okay, let's see your recovery roll. Wait.
Not promptly. I'll just roll that. That's failure, so
Yeah.
you should take the damage.
Well, the damage you had to take anyway, but you didn't recover afterwards. Okay. All right. So from behind the wall, you still hear those agonized howls, just as if they're just panicked and running around in there. But nobody's like rattling on the wall or trying to open that door. Sevro.
I don't think I need line of sight to.
What's the action called?
Well, I can sustain if I'm sustaining the spell.
It does say it's a verbal command with a single action with the auditory and concentrate traits.
Okay. And with all with the wall in between and everything going on in there, I don't think it can hear you, but that means it would take its action autonomously, right? Or would it just not do anything?
I think it just takes it autonomous. Yeah, I think it just does whatever it would do. It doesn't say that it needs it. Where is that other thing I was looking at?
Okay. So then I would think that it... And how many actions does it get then in this case? 2 still?
If given no commands... no commands, minions use no actions except to defend themselves or to escape.
Oh, okay.
Okay, action to defend itself. Is there anything that it would do to defend itself? Not really. Unless we consider offense the best defense, which I don't think is in the spirit of the rules. And it has no way of leaving other than waiting out the duration. So I think it's just going to move away from these things and kind of like cower and try to avoid being in the way.
Okay.
Okay, but we can, unless you
Leave the
intend
door
to
open.
open the door again, or should we just end the encounter? Because they're not going to come out. I can tell you that.
I mean, our
Sure.
friends are still on fire, so.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Right. Let's.
Aren't you happy you have hot friends?
Sevro, you shouldn't be frightened anymore, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
So that goes 6 down by 1. And Toren.
So if I still have 2 actions, because that's just
Oh, yeah.
one, I could try and is Toren still on fire? Yeah, I'll try and maybe I should just give you a potion. Yeah, I'll just give Toren my lesser healing potion, so you don't die. That seems like a good.
That's much better. And if
I can take it out and give it to him with 2 actions, right? Sorry.
I think so. Yeah.
so
Okay. And then it's Toren's turn.
yeah, if they don't try to escape that chamber, then Toren will just try to spend all his free actions to douse the fire that he has. You roll assisted recovery, right?
Mm-hmm. First one fails.
Uh-huh. Second one,
Oh, God.
Second one fails. Oh,
and third one. Ah, there we go.
There we go.
there you go. And
Wait,
you
how many?
managed to-
How many attempts can he make?
There's 1 action per attempt.
Oh,
I
it's
think-
only one?
I believe so.
That one is DC.
If you help somebody else, it's 2 actions. I think it's how it works. What is it called? Persistent damage.
I mean, what I'm seeing, I hate to be this guy, but what I'm seeing says 2 actions under assisted recovery,
Yeah.
allowing you to attempt an additional flat check before the end of your turn. This is usually an activity requiring 2 actions.
Okay.
That must be something that would be reasonably improve your chances.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense actually, because it does involve and I guess because it is 2 actions, then we don't have to deal with things like, oh, you're prone because you rolled on the ground or whatever. That's all kind of rolled into the activity of it. Okay. So because it was your 3rd one, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to take that back.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Do you have 2? Well, nope. Sorry, you have 1 action left.
Now that's what should I do with my one last action? I curse my life. Yes. There's very little that I can do other than, well, just maybe drop prone or and
Okay.
because even well, I mean, I don't think I will literally go full prone. I will just skip this one because there's no real ideas anymore to do what to do. I will let us wait. I will produce a vial of holy water as well. I mean, maybe next time I will just prove it myself.
That's a good idea. So that's 4 points of fire damage for this round, and now you get your free recovery roll. So try that one.
Well,
Just roll a d20 because it got rid of the condition. That's not gonna do it. Ketra.
I feel like Ketra's standing there. Toren's like, oh, I did. I put myself out. And Ketra's like, no, you're still on fire.
Look
see
there.
It's on your back. Ketra feels bad for that, so she's like debating between Quillip and Toren, but she's going to I guess pull out her bedroll and try to smother Toren with it.
Yeah.
I guess she has to drop at least one thing to do that, so she'll put away her sword for now. She'll sheath that and then she'll yank out the bedroll and throw it on him. So it's an assisted recovery check. Which I always forget. Does he get to do it immediately, or does it?
So yeah, let's walk through this. So you can take steps to help yourself recover, or an ally can help you, allowing you to attempt an additional flat check before the end of your turn. This allows you to attempt an extra flat check immediately, but only once per round. The GM decides how your help works using the following examples. Might require a skill check, reduce the DC to 10 for particularly appropriate.
So it's immediately,
think
but only once per round. I mean, did he just do it?
I don't know. I think it's for each attempt at assisting. It's once per
Right.
round. Yeah.
That would make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So so she'll attempt. So I guess that's an immediate check, if I understand.
Yes. That's how I read it.
All right.
Yeah.
So she'll try to help.
Because it's something you actually do. It's not you helping him
Right.
do something. You taking
Is it
the
a
blanket out.
particularly appropriate type of help?
Taking out the blanket. I mean, it's just a regular blanket, right? So it's
It's a bedroll.
a bedroll. Yeah, it's not a fire blanket. So let's see the roll.
For me or for
Well, for you.
I mean, Ketra is the one who's doing it.
Oh, I make the. Okay. I mean,
would say
it's just
so.
D20 no matter what, right?
Right. Yes, but it's just because you're the one
Sure.
whose turn it is.
I'm no help apparently.
Not quite.
Getting my bedroll on fire.
Maybe it's because you're hesitant. You see oh, this is getting too hot, and you pull it back too soon, and it just doesn't quite do it. Did you do a third action already?
I sheathed my sword.
Okay. Drava.
Drava is basically muttering, still smoking, potion in hand. I will finally drink the last one I have. Yeah. I knew I shouldn't have gotten at Bottle Solutions. And okay, so that's one action, right? Because I already had it in my hand.
Yep.
Muttering, and I don't have a bedroll with me, but can I help put Quillip out?
How would you help?
Starts. I would actually scream, drop and roll, and trying to push him to the ground and.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
What's that for a roll?
Just a flat D20.
Oh. Ah, it's right here, sorry. Nope, did not roll.
I don't see it. There it is. Oh, look at that. All right. And you help him recover. And that's your turn.
Yeah.
Was drinking the potion, and then 2 actions to help Quillip. And Quillip, you, let's say this, because Drava was basically pushing you down to the ground. You end up prone, but at least you're not on fire anymore.
Sorry, not sorry.
Thank you. So that's no one on fire anymore?
Oh, you're right. I think. No, wait. Toren, were you? Did you? No, Toren is still on fire. It's just that the condition accidentally went away.
When I rolled success the third time, so you
Yeah.
can put the damage back in.
Ah, okay. Okay, well, Quillip is going to make... Okay, so Quillip is going to make one first item for Toren. He is going to make him... What were they called? There, is it this? Yes, a soothing tonic. And then with one more action, he's going to press it onto Toren. I don't know if I can pull the effect on you. Did that work? Oh, I think maybe.
Yes, there it is.
Okay, well, so that was 2 actions, and then for the last action, he's going to make one more elixir of life and present it to you. And you'd have to use it on your own turn.
All right, and you hear from behind the wall, Ketra. I think everyone else is already too far away, but you would still hear those howling screams, and you hear this almost pitiful gurgling sound of the water scamp just getting burned to a crisp. Probably it's just and it doesn't really stand a chance against 3 of these combusted creatures. So we're gonna skip ahead to Sevro.
Ooh. I mean, we're not going back in there right now, or are we? What's the plan?
I'm not very confident anymore.
Okay. I mean, he'll sustain it, and I should have bought another healing potion, but he'll sustain the spell. Sorry, Scamp. And yeah, I mean, that's all he's gonna do. No one's on fire, right? Everyone's.
Nope, Toren is still on fire.
On fire.
Oh, I will use my other 2 actions to ready and help him.
How do you help him?
He says holy water's not going to put it out here, and he will. What does he have? Yeah, he'll do his cloak or his bedroll and use it like a fire blanket.
Okay, let's see your roll. Just a d20.
All right.
I mean, you realize you're just adding fuel blankets to the fire.
Yep.
Yeah, the ratty blanket with all the holes in it just doesn't quite cut it. Toren.
First, he will accept the elixir of life from Quillip, so I suppose it takes 1 action, right? Because it's ready already, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It doesn't seem to do anything.
I guess maybe it only works for the owner, so I just rolled it for you.
Okay. And well, the other actions will be dousing the fire. Wait,
You have to.
Oh, there.
There you go.
Thank
And finally, the flames stop. Toren's beard is yet a little shorter, but at least it's over. You still hear the howls and screams from behind the wall for a few more moments, but then they die down. And whatever horror happened in there continues to be confined to that place.
It's been 13 years. I would imagine I would find a way to douse myself eventually.
The fire really seems to like you, Toren.
I guess I should formulate something to ignifuge each one of us against the elements. Go and scribble something in his little notepad.
Yeah, and I think I should make a quick stop by the lumberyard if we're going to come and try to deal with these things again. But maybe we get the hell out of here for starters.
I suppose so.
Yeah, let's just bring back lots of water.
I mean, ideally, I can deal with from range. I just thought it would be more expedient to punch them in person, but it looks like I misjudged the situation yet again.
I think we all misjudged the situation.
Yeah.
Was like a bit dazed and still singed, shaking.
Yeah, it sounds like we are evacuating, Simon.
Okay. So you make your way back through the halls of this strange, ancient underground complex that at the same time is piquing your curiosity for some of you, and you just feel this connection to it in one way or another. Oh, you're headed in the wrong direction here, but don't worry about it. You don't actually need to move your tokens out of here.
Yeah, despite being badly burned, Sevro is smiling and whistling and jovially, like peeking around doorways.
Yeah, because to him it's like you're walking the halls of history, right? This is
Yeah.
amazing. I will say though, Ketra and Drava, as all of you like, make your way out of this complex, out of the light of the Sahedrons on the walls, back into the damp earthen tunnels that take you closer to the entrance at the boneyard. You're still carrying with you, like you're still feeling flustered from that. At first, you think it's from that heat, from being exposed to these intense auras, but as you
Flames.
the flames, exactly. But as you all emerge from the graves, you're helping each other up there, and maybe Ketra, as you help Drava up, your hands meet, and you both realize like you're both sweaty and hot. You look at each other. You have these like dark rings under your eyes. Yeah, you're at the same time flushed and feeling hot, but if somebody were to feel your skin, it feels icy cold, and the two of you are just not feeling well. Give me fortitude saves, please.
Is it possible if we realize that, well, at least if Ketra realizes she's feeling sick, especially since we got the warning about ghoul fever earlier, if she could take her anti-plague?
What's the duration of those anti-plagues? Wouldn't she just have taken
24
that?
hours.
Yeah, so she would have just taken that when she learned that she's
Oh.
probably has something, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can factor that in.
Did it give me the benefit of it? I don't think it
Does it
did.
affect somehow? Because
So,
I went to a pill bug for anti-plagues myself, remember?
yes, and did Drava get the warning from Xantus? Because I feel like we had a conversation
I'll get it from Father Santos. Like all of us, you were like, yeah.
Did she warn you as well? Okay, yeah. Then you can consider that effect as well. So I'm gonna put both that on you. Lesser.
Wow. I'm gonna spend my hero point.
Okay.
Is she going to mention anything to Quillip?
Jeez.
Hang on here. So that does include your item bonus already.
Yeah, I put it in.
Yeah, for Drava, you did not include the item bonus. And thanks to the anti-plague, you stay. No, actually, it reduces the stage by 1, I believe. Is sorry, I always forget how it works. Every time I look it up, every time. But I believe a successful save now moves it back a stage.
1 step, yeah, I think.
So for Drava, that means that you're gonna shake it off eventually. It's not like you immediately feel better. But for mechanical purposes, you're okay. And for
I whisper just like, thank you, Pillbug, and screw you, Nisk, stand there with your crappy potions.
and Ketra, for you though, maybe it's like as you help others out of the hole, you like lose your footing a little bit, you get woozy from it, and it's almost like you have the sensation of falling into your own grave as you make those 6 points of void damage don't appear all at once, but it just yeah, it's both psychological and physical as the disease progresses for you to stage 2. So what do we do? You all emerged from the underground tunnels, the goblin tunnels, and the Thessalonian ruins, bruised
I
and
think
burned.
it's yeah. Father Santos warned us that he was not going to be able to help us if we went back down there. But I think more importantly is we need to talk to Brother Quink.
Well, maybe we can take a good night's sleep beforehand.
I mean, that actually sounds nice.
Yeah.
We could go to the Rusty Dragon for a pint. No.
Probably. Toren probably will ask Quillip to for some more bandages because just in case. Because I mean, he is, thanks to his robust health, he is no longer immune to the battle medicine. Well, battle medicine probably run out anyway, but he would get extra benefits from being healed normally like this.
Sure, of course.
Is there another healer other than Father Santos in Sandpoint?
Well, there's alchemical healing available through bottle solutions and Podiger's, or the Pillbuck's Pantry. There, I believe there is also an apothecary of sorts. Through that.
Quill, do you think you could help patch me up?
Let's just go somewhere, and I can deal with everybody.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you want to go?
Actually, I haven't thought about where Quillip lives. He would probably offer you the cold hard slab of the morgue, but that probably doesn't interest anyone.
I mean, it's at this point it probably would be easier to like ask my master to share a bit of the floor in the House of Blue Stones, at least for a little while. But well, it was scorched recently, and now we're gonna come there even more scorched. So she might be not very pleased with that.
Oh, by the way, there is a place that you would know in town, which is Hannah's. Hannah is a female elven cleric of Gosre. She's not affiliated with the cathedral, but also not at odds with them. She's just, as Gosre clerics tend to be. And she is a healer. Yeah, she's selling restorative and medicinal alchemical supplies and offers her spellcasting services. And she's actually particularly providing support and care for the women of Sandpoint.
That sounds.
I mean,
Yeah, Drava will
yeah,
go to Hannah's.
Hannah's. I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever been there. It's I don't know.
Well, usually people go to the cathedral and to the more respectable places. Hannah takes care of those that can often not take care of themselves.
Ketra kind of glares at Drava. She says that. She says, "Can she make me feel better? Because this isn't great."
In my experience, Hannah doesn't judge, and she will do her best. And I feel like I should do a will roll to not throw more shade at the bottle solutions. But yeah, I
Yeah.
will actually. Yeah, I will. No, I turn to Ketra and like, I think you should visit her. Might give you a different perspective of those who live in Sandpoint from a different point of view. And I promise you, you will not be judged.
Thanks. Yeah, she will she's not sure she likes Drava's tone, but she will nevertheless. She's feeling bad enough that she'll head over there.
Okay. We can get over there in a minute. What
This
are
is
the
good for
other?
drama because I don't fully trust Ketra yet, but this is an opportunity to get to like figure out what her game is.
So the two of you are going together?
I would take her, yeah,
Okay.
if she wants to
Awesome.
come.
Yeah, Ketra's mumbling under her breath, like, different perspective. Oh, I'll show you a different perspective.
I'll show all of them. What are the others doing?
Well, wherever Quillip can find a place for a bedroll, he can take care of Toren and Sevro and himself.
Yeah, Sevro in his head is like, he remembers the last time he brought his friends to Brodart's house and is like, probably shouldn't bring them there just now. So he's probably, I mean, does Quillip have somewhere that he would go?
I didn't think about it, but he's probably renting a room somewhere. That should work.
No, I mean,
Sevro lives at the academy, but that wouldn't be necessarily, I mean, it wouldn't be bad, but.
Toren probably does own a small shack nearby the temple or nearby the House of Blue Leaves, but I also haven't like finalized the the whole setup of that because he probably lives in a very Spartan way because like as a true ascetic.
Well, can head there.
Yeah, sure. He will gladly invite everyone in.
And if we're going to take the rest of the day off, do you still want us to roll, Simon, or can we just assume
Sorry,
that with enough
I
time?
was trying to figure out something. What was that?
Since it seems like we're taking the rest of the day off, do you want us to roll for healing, or can we just assume that with enough time we're back to full?
Well, let's not fast forward through it too quickly.
Okay.
So so you're not making plans for the rest of the day, is what I'm hearing. We're basically like early
We're
afternoon.
meeting tomorrow.
What's that?
We're meeting tomorrow, right? Like
Meeting
the
back up
rest of
tomorrow.
the day.
Okay. And as I've said, so it's early afternoon. I know you don't have any. This is really annoying. I thought that would be helpful, but it turns out that it's more annoying because it's tied to the time on the clock. Okay, maybe think about what your characters do. It's just terms of like leisure. Are you just going home and going to bed early? Are you going to go out for dinner? How do you spend the rest of the day? I know there's nothing strategic that you want to do right now, but that's okay. And we can talk about what happens at Hannes. So let me see. So Ketra and Drava. Let me move the map here to Sandpoint. We have, where is Hannah's place? Hannah's place is sorry, I'm trying to find the number. There it is, 45. So it's way to the southern part near the Sandpoint shipyard. So you're going down there, taking the main streets, I would think, and the fastest way to get there is across the marketplace. And you're, as I've said, it's afternoon, sunny out. It feels kind of strange after such a long time underground, and you're still covered in soot. Part of your clothes are burned. Ketra, you feeling like your joints are starting to stiffen up a little bit from the fever, and you have this like dull ache, like a pulsing headache of in a way. And the two of you, are you walking like quietly, or are you going to chat on your way over there? What does it look like as the two of you make their way across town?
I'd like to ask Ketra a question as we're walking.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's just ask, why do you do it?
Sorry?
Why do you do it? You study us like specimens, and you always seem to have one foot out the door, despite always being there in the front. It makes no sense. Why do you do it? You're involved, and yet you want to escape. It confounds me.
Um. Hmm. I think Ketra is probably pretty annoyed at Drava. First of all, because she's judgy as hell, and second of all, because she's annoyingly right.
Yeah, and the eyes are especially annoying because like you feel them one color each.
Yeah. So Ketra will kind of be quiet for a moment as they're walking. And she says, I've led lots of people, and I've seen lots of people get hurt, so I just prefer not to get too attached.
Still, there's better ways to make a coin. Yet you're down there in Thessalonian ruins for a pittance. Are you running from something?
I mean, I didn't exactly expect to go stumbling into Thessalonian ruins, did you?
Well, how much did you expect to get paid for poking around some dead woman's bones?
I don't know. Something decent. Look, it's not all it's cracked up to be, all right? Working at the lumber mill. I don't know what you've heard, but let's just say I could use anything I can get my hands on. Can't you?
And with that question kind of hanging in the air, you make your way past the market square, and maybe you're like pondering the question, Drava, and you notice like a couple of people on the market, like they're going around their business, and some of them might like spot Ketra and like whisper to each other and sneer, and some of them just like, shooting a scowl her way. Somebody very visibly just like spits in the sand as she walks by. And you can tell like Ketra is somewhat of an
I
outside.
know of her reputation. That's why I'm asking. That's why I want to figure out why she's doing this. It makes no sense.
Yeah. But nobody like steps in your way like last time here, Ketra. And you continue your way over as you leave the market behind. You turn past the Mercantile League down Salmon Street. The Pixie's
We know we're getting
Kitten.
close because there's a mix of smell of fish and malt from the brewery.
That's right. That's right. And even though it's early afternoon, the feed bag is already starting to get busy. and you can hear some like carousing from inside. But you turn into Razor Street and then make a through the like little alleys and finally reach Hannah's. Um, it is a nice little shop. It has a sign outside that says midwifery services and herbalism. There is a wooden symbol of Gosre, so the dual-faced deity with a wind and wave that's hanging above the door, and it's weathered by the salty air that comes in from the harbor. And the store even has like a nice little window storefront, and you see very neatly lined up all sorts of little herbal preparations, these tiny little bottles with the pipettes and extracts and all of that stuff, dried kelp and sea lavender hanging from the rafters. And as you step in, there's this neat little chime that rings out, and a smell like brine and chamomile. Um, and these like just herbal notes, but also something sharp, medicinal, and clean underneath it. And you see Hannah uh, busy at work, grinding something in a mortar. And she's an elf, so really hard to place age-wise. Could be hundreds of years old. You don't know. But her features are like slightly weathered for an elf. She has like wind-tangled hair, which is in a greenish color, and her eyes also gray-green, just like deep sea water. And as you come in, she looks up from her work and she says, "The sea gives and the storm takes," which, if you've dealt with her before, Drava, you know that that's what she likes to say. Like Gosrens are a little bit weird. Um, and it's a greeting of sorts.
Greetings, Hannah. It pleases me that I've not had to see you for a long time.
Yes, yes, I'm glad too. Did that ointment help?
It did. My mother sends her regards and wonders if you ever need more of her foraging skills. She'll be happy to bring what you need.
Excellent. I will most certainly take her up on that. She really knows these woods better than anyone.
She does. Unfortunately, we are here and under not so pleasant circumstances. I don't know if you've been aware, but something's gonna awry. Yeah.
I can tell. I can tell. And she looks at Ketra in like very diagnostic fashion, and she walks over and like starts moving or grabbing you by the chin if you let her. And she like moves your head one way or another, and she says, "God, I have not seen that in a long time. Where have you been, my darling?" And when she says darling, it's not like condescending or whatever. It is a genuinely affectionate way of talking.
Ketra just says, "In a grave, Thessalonian ruins." Fairly standard stuff from what I understand around here.
Drava, she says without taking her eyes off of Ketra, "are you getting into adventuring business? Do I need to talk to your mother?" And it's like a playful, has a playful.
But this is actually important. It has to do with those that Sandpoint has not seen favorably. In particularly the bones of Noalia. I'd love to tell you all about it, but I'm afraid my friend here and myself, as you can see, and I show my blackened fingers and burnt clothes, we've encountered more than we expected, and we could very much use your services. I promise you, it is for a good cause.
Of course. I didn't mean to pry, you know. But please.
No, I will come and tell you all about it when we have the time. But now we are in quite a bit of pain, and my friend here, I do believe she's been bit.
Okay, let's sit down. Let's sit down. And she points towards like two little chairs. And if you sit down and let her uh, examine you further. She like mumbles to herself a little bit and then disappears behind her counter, and she's like pulls something out of a drawer and crushes it up, and she comes back, and Drava, you can, as she comes closer, there's like this whiff of like carrion smell. It's like smells really pungent, sweet, and rotting, and it's like it
Can
twists
I
you.
say something to or before Hannah comes back?
Yeah, sure.
So this is where a lot of people. So this is where a lot of the people you encounter end up. I say to Ketra.
Yeah, she looks she looks at Drava and she says, "Oh yeah, really?"
Mm-hmm. And just like that, like Hannah comes back, like, and we're just best friends, so we're just here chatting.
Yeah, and as she comes back, like Drava, you smell that carrion stench that comes from that whatever she has crushed there. And she holds up that bowl to you, Ketra, and she says, "Take a whiff of this. What does it smell like to you?" And you like smell it, and to you, it's like it makes your mouth water. It tastes or it smells like you can't even really describe it. It reminds you of fresh fruit, and like the nicest thing from Sandpoint savories that you could think of. It's like really, really appetizing. So she says, "What does it smell like to you?"
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Well, I used to have this. They call it a delicacy in Magnamar, but I'm not sure I agreed at the time. Used to catch some sharks and bury them in the sand and come back a year or two later and uh but I guess I could see the appeal of it now."
And then she like makes a grave face and she says, "I suspected as much." And she uh goes out. She like grabs the bowl, goes to the back of the shop, opens the door, scrapes the contents out into a bucket that sits there. And you can give me a perception check, both of you. Okay. So yeah, so she makes like a disgusted face as she scratches that stuff into a big bucket. And Ketra, you can see that there's all sorts of like dead rotting stuff in that bucket, like fish heads and what looks like entrails and other like dead and clearly dead for a while. It looks like parts of a seagull that are still sticking out of that bucket. And she like just very disgustedly like moves the bucket a little further away, comes back inside, closes the door, wipes her hands, and says, "I apologize, but for this smell, Drava, but I had to be sure. Ketra, well, how can I say? I know that you are not exactly popular in town, but I don't think that if you let go unchecked, what you have contracted will make you will change that for the better. You have ghoul fever, my dear, and it has already progressed significantly. I have to tell you."
Great. Somehow
Now,
it just makes sense.
well, I'm glad to see you take it with such resolve. Fortunately, this does not have to be the end of your journey. There are ways to deal with it. I'm happy to prepare some herbal remedies that will help your body fight it on its own. But if you want to petition for uh, for her who guides the wind and the waves, mercy, then I am happy to facilitate that as well. It is your choice.
And how much does that cost?
It is a second level spell. Let's see how much that costs.
A catcher kind of like turns an eye towards Drava. Like, look, everything boils down to money.
And you could be making much more. And yet you're slumming it with us.
Oh, don't I know it?
Yeah, it is 7 gold pieces. And she says, if you want me, of course, I have only prepared one casting of this spell for the day, and it will certainly fight back the symptoms you're already experiencing, but I'm afraid it won't be able to heal you entirely. If you want me to, I can make sure I have another casting prepared tomorrow.
Catcher's gonna fish in her purse and pull out 14 gold pieces.
And she'll pick those up, with as much dignity as she can. It's always awkward getting paid for that kind of stuff.
She'll hand over the 14 gold and she'll be like, Gozra be praised.
And she takes it in. Are you saying that in like an almost snippy way, or?
She says it pretty neutrally.
Mm-hmm. So she takes it, and
This is so painful for Ketra, isn't it? Asking for help.
And when Ketra says that, she looks over and she like pauses for a second there, trying to get a sense of how Ketra means it, and then just decides to let it slide and smiles. And
Simon, is there a way I can draw a random card? Because it could be before I could do the Harrow reading, but now I can't. Is there a way I could just, or can you draw a random Harrow card for me?
I think I can draw a random Harrow card for you. Here. So if you have a reading, I think then you can do it. So now you should have. Wait. There you are.
You have to have the macro to display new reading, but it doesn't work. I can see the Harrow cards.
So let me draw a random one. Where did it get? I don't see where that gets dealt. There's a button that says deal 1 card, but I don't see where it actually gets dealt. Did everyone get a card or something? I don't know.
I don't have permission to view the sheet. Because you took the permission away. I could do it before. But the document cards, dot, and excellent.
I don't know. We'll have to sit together at some point and figure this out, because I can't really tell what you're seeing. And I don't know what any of these buttons here mean from my perspective. So we'll have to do that at some point. I'm just gonna randomly choose one right now. And it's the midwife.
The midwife?
Mm-hmm. From the Suit of Stars.
And as like Hannah is finishing her ministrations and Ketra is sitting there reluctantly, you just see me like with my blackened fingers shuffling my deck. And before we go, I draw a card. And I turn it over to Ketra. The midwife. Don't think that the Harrow prescribes your future or tells you what to do. But it might be a time for new beginnings. Can I shuffle back in and put my deck away?
Yeah, and you do that as you watch Hannah go through the movements, the practiced movements of an experienced cleric, casting Cleanse Affliction on Ketra, which pushes back the ghoul fever by 1 step. So you're back to stage 1. It doesn't heal the void damage you already have taken, but you're feeling better, but not cured, as she said. There, my dear. I hope that holds it at bay for another day, and assuming that you won't feel worse tomorrow and your body continues to fight this, we should be able to take care of it tomorrow.
And Hannah, I've
Yes.
suffered quite a bit of burns. Do you think there's a spell you can do for me? Something that might ease my pain.
I'm sure there is, and that is also a second level spell, I would assume.
Okay.
So, how does it work exactly with heal? You have heightened by 1, increases the healing by 1d8, so that would be 2d8 that she heals. Is that correct?
She can do the 2-action version for
Okay, so it's 2d8 plus 8.
plus 16
That's 8 per plus 8 for per
level, per rank.
per level. Okay. Okay, so for 7 gold pieces, Drava, she heals you for 20 points.
Nice.
And the
For how many? 20 points.
Yes.
Wow.
I will say that her Gosrin magic, as it heals you, it feels like a cold shower, and then blow dry, basically, of getting this wave of wind that rushes over you and leaves you almost fully restored. There you go, my dear. Is there anything else I can do for you or for your mother? Or your
Keep us in our
friend?
thoughts. And whenever you need components and ingredients, you know who to call.
Of course I do.
Thank you, Hannah, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you. And you take your leave? Question mark.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ketra's just gonna kind of like just remind her, like, you know, coins down. She'll be expecting that divine intervention tomorrow.
Of course, she says. I always hold my promise, keep my promises.
Yeah, and she'll head out the door. And then she's got other business to attend to. But before she leaves Drava alone, she's just gonna stand there, I guess, in the alleyway outside of Hannah's. And she's gonna say, I'm sure you think you're full of wisdom, and that's nice for you. But my whole life's been new beginnings. So don't think you have anything fresh to say to me. And she's gonna turn and head to the lumberyard.
No beginnings and nothing fresh. Curious. You are full of contradictions, ma.
All right.
Sorry
Where
if I'm
does-
annoying your character, Anthony, but like
No, it's great.
Ketra and Drava are just in a way like meant to clash. Sorry.
No, it's
I don't
awesome.
mean to be like purposely annoying. But I mean, come on. Oh, I'm full of new beginnings, so you don't have anything new to say to me, like really? Didn't you just say yeah?
All right.
No,
So
sorry.
Ketra makes her way over to the lumberyard. Well, what does Drava do after this?
Probably just visit my mother, have a cup of tea, and go to bed.
Okay. How about Sevro, Toren, Quillip? Did anything come up that you want to do with the rest of your day? And again, it doesn't have to be anything mechanical. Just what does your character do when they have some downtime?
Quillip actually has something. Like once he's done with patching up all 3 of us, he is going to head out to Sheriff Hemlock to make a little report.
Mm-hmm.
And keep him appraised on the strange situation happening underneath Sandpoint, the need for guard patrols to make sure nothing comes out of the boneyard and all that. But once he's done with that, he is going to drink another one of his little vials and pull up his hood and try to stick to the shadows and head to, I already forgot his name again.
Who do you mean?
To buy a formula, but not from his employer, from the
Oh, from the bottled solutions?
yes.
Okay, all right. Let's take it one thing at a time. So you're getting over to the Sandpoint garrison, and the garrison itself, pretty solid two-story stone buildings. Probably has seen better days, but it's still a pretty well-maintained building. You have to ask for permission to see the sheriff, but people around here know you, and they know that he kind of he would probably never admit to it, but he everybody assumes that he has a little bit of a soft spot for you, and you're allowed in after waiting just a few minutes, and you see the sheriff sitting behind a desk that's cluttered with all sorts of reports. Let me see if I can pull up an image here of him. Here we are. There he is, and he's wearing like full chainmail as he usually does during his working hours, which is a little bit weird because, is he really expecting to have to go into actual combat all the time? Probably not, but it seems to be important to him to seem ready. And yeah, he's just like drowning in paperwork, it looks like. And as you enter, he looks up and he has this typical look on his face that he usually reserves for you, which is this mix of like weariness and a little bit of respect for the little coroner. And he says, "Oh, the little coroner. So what do I owe the pleasure today? Did you get in any trouble? Stumble over any bodies again?"
A few, actually,
Oh.
and
One or
he'll
two.
he'll recount all the various types of because I think Quillip hasn't told him anything yet, so he doesn't know about the demon goat or the gargoyle type statue creature
Okay, so
or
he,
the
as you tell him like all of those things, and probably in a like, just stream of consciousness, I would think, like very excitedly
yeah.
dumping all of this at him at once, and he just like leans back, puts down his quill, and listens to it, like that flurry of information, and you can see that it's like his head is spinning as you keep piling on more and more of the stuff you've experienced there. And he says like, "What the I there's that and all of that in just one day."
Yeah. Would you believe it?
Okay, let's take this apart. So you're saying, let's start chronologically. You're saying that we had a ghoul problem, but you've taken care of it, and they turn out to be goblin ghouls.
Yes. We still don't know where they came from, but those that were down there are proper dead now.
Okay. Can you describe the ghouls a little more? And you can give me a perception check
Okay.
to sense motive, if that makes a difference.
Uh, there's the +1 there from the investigation. I don't know if it would apply.
Okay, I see it. Let me check here for him. Yeah, you get as you mentioned, like having put down the ghouls down there. He it's kind of hard to describe, but you almost get the sense that he's getting a little nervous about the idea. It's nervous is not quite the right word, but he seemed like a little bit concerned, as if you possibly did something wrong when you
Oh,
mentioned that. And again, I'm saying like, so tell me a little bit more about those ghouls that you encountered and put down.
well, they seemed like goblins initially until they tried to eat us.
Goblins. And as you get the sense that there's almost a little bit of relief as you describe that, and you say, I see, okay. Well, that's certainly odd. This town has had its fair share of goblin trouble, so I was hoping that once we put them down, that they would stay down. I guess that's can no longer be relied upon. But you said you've handled it, so and then let me go. So you say the next thing that you found was some Thessalonian catacombs of some kind?
Yes, and inside it there was a goat that threw fire at us.
A goat that
Several.
threw fire. Do you know?
Yeah,
You know that you're starting to sound like Quink.
yeah. Well, Sevro says it's a demon and not just a normal goat.
Sure, demon goats. As if I didn't have enough on my plate already.
But
Oh,
it's dead too, so that one's fine.
you took care of that as well.
Yeah,
Well, little
I mean
coroner,
we
turning
were
into quite
five.
the hero.
We were five down there.
I see. So you're starting to form a little bit of an adventuring group, aren't you?
I guess so.
Hmm. Well, as long as it's contained for now, I guess we don't need to get too worried about it. I would say you should definitely talk to Quink about it, though. He's been saying this for years, that there's some old construction under the cathedral. I definitely didn't want him to be right, but we also shouldn't keep this information from him.
Will do.
Well, and does Father Santos know about all of this already?
We did let him know about the demon goat, but I don't remember exactly. I think we haven't been back after the second delve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we did tell him about the first creatures we encountered.
Okay. Well, you should certainly keep him posted. And I guess for now, I can file this under some unusual solutions. And between us, though, I'm glad you brought it to me, but let's keep it quiet for now, okay? Like I said, you should talk to the appropriate experts on these subjects, but we don't want to get anyone too jumpy.
Of course.
It's already all people see the Sandpoint devil around every corner. We don't need to give them any reason to be actually concerned. Anyway, am I hearing that you and your new associates are planning on going down there again?
There's still some more creatures there made of fire that we need to take care of. So yeah, we have to go back.
Okay, well, I would certainly appreciate if you would keep me informed, but I hope you didn't come here to ask for any of my men for support, because I'm afraid I can't really spare guards for dungeon delving.
I was thinking like a patrol above the boneyard, just to make sure nothing escapes from down there.
Oh, yes, of course. That's reasonable. I will talk to Naffer to let him know that I'll send some of my men, and I will keep them posted. Your friends will up. Um,
You're breaking up.
Okay, it's not
Okay,
just
so
me.
it's not only me. Yeah, I also thought.
okay, when did I break up?
You're good now.
Okay.
You were
Right after
talking about
Naffer.
yeah.
So yeah, so
Right.
he says that he's going to send a patrol and he's going to let Nafravosk, the groundskeeper on the boneyard, know, and the patrols will know that you guys are allowed to be there. Well, When you first started pestering me about investigative work, I figured you'd grow out of it, because most people do, but starting to think I may have been wrong about that. Not really sure if that's good news for Sandpoint or not, but I guess we'll see.
Well, better be prepared than sorry.
And he nods. Then he picks up his quill again and he like shuffles his papers around, leans forward, and says, "Well, my little coroner, is there anything else I can do for you right now? Or may I now get back to my responsibilities?"
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And he shuffles out.
All right. Why don't you give me a diplomacy check?
Diplomacy.
We're gonna stick with that result.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, so as you leave the garrison, you hear like some of the like the guards people just kind of like talk whisper to each other. It's like, and you hear something like "little coroner" as you make your way out of the building, and they clearly don't take you seriously, but you're used to that. Huh. And you'll show them all
Eventually.
eventually. All right, Toren and Sevro, what do you do for the afternoon?
Well, Toren doesn't really have much plans for this one because as soon as he gets patched up, he will probably just rest for the day, or most likely he will visit the House of Blue Stones and perform very intense meditation, trying to like run over the fight in his mind that so he would polish his activity for tomorrow. But the next day he will go search to buy some healing potions.
Okay. So you make your way back to the House of Blue Stones, which it's always a pretty serene place, but particularly right now, it just feels like a refuge to you. Late afternoon, sun's out. You've been looking forward to just being able to sit down and meditate, and you look around in that nice open garden here, a little bit of a rustle of wind through the juniper bushes, and uh, you meet Jabal. She's waiting on, or she's sitting on the covered porch, legs folded beneath her in just perfect stillness, and her eyes are open as you approach. Somehow, she has that knack for it. She kind of almost seems to know whenever it is you're coming by. And without greeting, she just says, "You smell like ash and old magic."
And Toren will just nod, and he will not like sit nearby. He will start meditate standing, but he will like close his eyes and say he will just nod and say, "Aye, we have encountered both these days." And he's actually like doesn't really want to like to elaborate unless she asks for further questions.
What did you say? You don't elaborate unless she asks for the.
He will just say yes, we have encountered like both ash and ancient fire today.
Tell me more about that.
And like as as Toren continues his meditation, he like unwraps the scene in his mind, and he like translates it into words, like describing how they delved like deeper into under the graveyard, as they proceeded through the new ancient ruins that they discovered, like, and well, eventually, as he reaches the finale, he like describes the encounter with the combusted dead ones, at which point he, even though he tries to be like very well, if not detached, but what's the word? Impartial, yes. Well, he tries to be like omniscient narrator describing the scenes, like, but then like it's very noticeable how like a little bitterness creeps into his voice as he like like describes like moving into this room, like ready to take the blows, because like that's literally what he's trained for with his ancient dwarven martial arts. That's like what their whole purpose, to like to reinforce the body, and like in the next round he was basically pummeled half to death immediately. So like he says like, I was feeling that the wheels of fate were beginning to turn into Sandpoint yet again, and now I feel myself ground beneath them. I felt that my training would be adequate, and he like as he speaks, he again like opens his inner gate. Well, hopefully this time it is would be less cataclysmic here, and he again translates it from fire to ice and back again, to demonstrate his mastery over the elements. And yeah, but even though I thought it would be adequate, like, I proved to be wrong. I was too proudful yet again. I still have much to learn.
And Jabal listens and nods along, and then at some point she says, we all do. As we say, like, I have much to learn. She says, we all have much to learn every day. It never ends. But there's one important thing that I think you have learned, which is that whatever the Thessalonians did down there, they didn't create power. They didn't learn to control fire. They enslaved it. They captured it, and they bound it in chains. If those bonds were to break, will it be setting that power free? Or will it bring about destruction? Or will it be both?
Well, the nature of the untamed fire can be both dangerous and blissful. We can only hope that if the power is released, it will be released in proper way, and maybe like, or maybe it could be not released at all, depending how it will, because well, not all power is meant to be released after all.
I agree. Well, there's much to reflect on. You're welcome, as always, to join me here. And she settles back into her meditative pose, clearly done with the conversation.
And
yeah.
falls silent, continuing his own inner imaginary training.
You settle in to meditate, do your training. Some time passes, and a little while later, Jabal walks by as you're, in your training, and she just kind of in passing says, that vision that you had, the 7 stars falling, the pit whispering, you're walking toward it now, Toren. And then she pauses and she says, as Toren is maybe like reacting like, what? She says, that's not a warning. It's an observation. It's your path. And only you can find out where it leads. And then she walks off.
Well, I suppose like not to leave with the final word. Like Toren will like mumble to himself. Well, one often meets his fate on a path he takes to avoid it. So.
All right. So, Sevro, what do you do with the afternoon?
Yeah, I think Sevro's been like he's normally like pretty mild mannered, but he's been manic since they've come back from this dungeon, and he's been like furiously like writing and like checking his notes and basically making a presentation. He probably tried to get like Quillip to role play as Broder. He's like, pretend you're like a curmudgeony old magic user, and I'm gonna, and he throws his theories at him, and then Quillip might not know how to respond, so he's like, no, Broder will probably say this, and I'll say this, and but after that, and after Quillip and them leaves, he's gonna go to why do I always forget his name? He's going to go to Gandalfus at the Academy to shore up his presentation before he goes to Broder. Be like, now I really have something, right? So he like bundles all of his notes together, his all the discoveries he's made, and heads to the Academy.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so you head to the. Well, it's a little confusing, but the academy is actually the orphanage that is run by Gandethas.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rune Watchers meet at Brodad Quing's house. It's just his house. It's just his home. And
He's going to go to Gandalfus first, though, because before he goes to the Rune Watchers, because he got embarrassed last time. So he's going to,
Okay. Yeah. It's Turandarok. That's the name of the academy. So it's the Turandarok Academy.
Turandarok.
And you run in there. There's a couple of kids playing. And maybe there's also some instruction still going on. It's late in the afternoon. There's probably like some PE happening outside. And you're like rushing past the classrooms, going straight to Gandethas's study, like boom, 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 knocking excitedly on the door. And before he can even really answer, like you burst in. It's all as cluttered as it always is. There's all sorts of like tomes and little trinkets, and also some just children's drawings, like our favorite headmaster, like that kind of stuff, lying around. But also like genuine, actual, like arcane drawings and diagrams and stuff. And yeah, so it's just the chaos of a scholar. And as you like burst in, he goes, "Ho, ho, 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 Sevro, calm down, slow down. You look terrible. What happened to you? What do you need? You look like you should talk. Sorry, what is the name of the bottle solutions person?
I have it here.
But
Nisk.
Oh,
Nisk Tender.
Nisk. Okay, is it Nisk or Visk?
Nisk.
Yeah, he
And
says. Yeah, he says, "Oh, should I ask Nisk for some ointments?"
No. Quillip's a better alchemist. He got me patched up. I'll be fine. I just look carried because I am. I got to show you what I discovered. I want to talk to Broder, but you know how he is. He's so close-minded that he doesn't know a blaring discovery when it's right in front of him. But look what I found, and he goes on to like show him the drawing of the statue. He tells him about Lyra LaRue. And he's just like a mile a minute. It's not very organized. Telling him like every single detail he saw in the dungeon, and like that's sure to get me in Rune Watchers, right? I mean, they can't keep gatekeeping this knowledge.
And as he like just starts spinning, Gandethas like chuckles and says, "Okay, I see. You have that look again, just like the one you had when you touched that disc. Come on, sit down, and before you just bounce through the window, I'll make some tea for us." And he like he goes over to a corner of his study where he has like a little bit of a pantry kitchen basically, and he's preparing the tea while you laying out all of your theories, and you're like, "Lyra, that's clearly that must be the same. It can't be a coincidence that it's like LaRue and La. And he then comes over with his tea and puts one down in front of you, takes like a long sip from his, and he looks at the materials that you've laid out, and he says, "Well, certainly Thessalonian, all right. I can sense the preservation enchantment from here." And he continues to look through it. What is it exactly that you've laid out? So you have did you draw the map?
Yeah. He brought the map. He told him about the statue of what's the A name? Where is that?
Hagenthi or something like that?
Yeah.
Or was it a different thing?
Why can't I find where I put that? But the statue of the Thessalonian rune lord, and then
Yes.
he's and the name thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So those are the three big things that he's on and on about.
Yeah, so you lay all of this out, and he looks it over. He listens to your explanations and your theories, and he says, "Okay, let's think about this. So we clearly have some evidence here that this is about Alasnist's intelligence operation. There's clearly Kurzuk is involved, which would make sense as our primary rival. We see that there is a location marked over here, which is somehow wrapped up in all of this. And there is somebody who worked at that location whose name resonates with you. Let's leave it at that.
Because it's been scrubbed from every book that I forget if it was every book, but it's been scrubbed so many times, and I now find it, and you're acting like I'm crazy still."
And he like leans back, blows on his tea,
and Sevro chugs his whole tea while he's
burning on, burns his face even more. And it's like it feels like he's taking forever, even though he's probably only pondering it for like 10 seconds, but he just like takes another sip. He sighs and he says, "What can I say? You clearly have something here, Sevro. But
right?
But if you take this to Broader now, you know how he is.
Yeah.
He'll want physical evidence. There's still too much. There's too much conjecture. This map clearly will interest him. This is a primary source, as he would say. But there's a lot of interpretation here. And as soon as you mention, another variant of the Sahedron or anything else that you can't back up with clear evidence, you'll just be laughed out of the room again."
Yeah. And he's like pulling his hair. He has both his hands in his hair, and he's like, I know. We're going back in tomorrow. Hopefully find something I can bring back.
Yes. And remember, scholars are vain. They like to come to their own conclusions. Just lay out the facts you have and let him fill in the gaps. You don't have to convince him of anything. If what you think is true, the facts will eventually lead him to the same conclusion.
Sevro like pauses for a long moment, probably the most since he's left the dungeon, like taking that, and he's like, You're right. I found something. I know I have. And he's smart enough, even if he's closed-minded, to realize that if I give him the evidence. I just got to find the evidence. You're right.
And as you leave, just grabbing all of your stuff and putting it back to your pack, and you turn to leave, and as you reach for the door handle of the study door, Gandeth is like still leaning back in his seat, still nursing his tea. He says, "Just be careful, Sevro. You're not just researching history anymore."
He nods. I've got a pretty good group. I don't think my safety is anything to worry about right now.
All right. Okay, I believe that is enough for the afternoon so far. Ketra, you had something at the lumberyard.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay, what are you up to?
She is just going to swing by one of the supply sheds, I suppose, probably attached to the mill, and she's just gonna grab a bunch of pairs of earplugs.
Earplugs. Okay. Yeah, so they have these, I would think, like these little balls of wax,
Yeah, like
basically,
little
that
wax
they would
balls.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you head over to the lumberyard. Let me see what the name is of the guy. I think it's
Ebor.
Ebor Thorn. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just kind of like, do you just walk over there and you just, you just help yourself to what you need, or are you trying to stay away from people? Like, what does it look like?
I mean, she's still technically employed there, and
Mm-hmm.
she's still technically kind of in charge of people there, although lately she's been pretty hands off. So yeah, I think she thinks she has all the authority she needs to go in and grab those.
Okay. But unfortunately, you run into Ebor as you make your way across the compound with the various buildings that are part of the lumber mill business, and he sees you from like 100 yards away, and his booming voice calls out as he says, "Oh, look at that! It's one of my supervisors deciding to show up to work. Well, it's almost time for to to go back home."
Yeah, you're right about that. Look, you're right. I'm just gonna be on my way, Ebor. I know it's been a long day, I'm sure, but I just gotta grab this real quick and then I'll be out.
And he walks over and he's sweaty, he's covered in sawdust. He like wipes his hands that are calloused and um probably full of splinters from the day, and he just walks over and he says, "Listen, Ketra, I know you don't have it easy, and I know people give you a lot of crap for things that you don't that are really outside of your control, but I can't have you just shit all over your responsibilities here."
She she looks at Ebor and she says, "Come on. You know better than anyone else that I've taken a lot of responsibility for things that aren't really mine. You can give me a day."
Give me a diplomacy roll.
Diplomacy.
Ooh, nice. And he looks you up and down and he says, "Take two. But I expect you back on the third day."
She nods and she's like, "You got some sawdust on you." She just brushes it off of his shoulder.
And
And
he can't help but like bark back. It's like, "Yeah, that happens when you work."
yeah, well, she is going to make her way past him, and yeah, she's gonna go to the supply closet and fetch, I suppose, 5 pairs of earplugs.
And he watches you walk over there and then just kind of like shakes his head and walks off to, I don't know, lift a giant tree by himself. All right. Okay, yeah, so you grab a handful of like waxy earplugs and make your way. Or do you have any other business here, or is that basically it?
That's it for now.
Okay. All right. We ready for the next morning?
Quillip has some business to do right after leaving the sheriff's
yes,
office.
yes. Sorry, I forgot about that. What was that again?
He is going to head for. Hold on, just let me double check. I have the correct name. To Pillbug's pantry.
Philbrook's Pantry. Yes.
Yes. but he is going to do so stealthily because he doesn't want to be seen there.
Okay. So you're heading over there. You don't want to be seen there. So you're looking for like the back entrance? You're trying to break
Yeah.
into the place?
No. He's going to go shop there. He's just going to like pull up a hood and try to stick to the
Oh,
shadows and try to do it incognito as much as possible.
yes, I see. Okay. I mean, it is just another business in town, right? So there's plenty of places around there. So, walking into its general direction is not like it's suspicious or anything like that. Let me see. What do we have around the? Where is it? Here it is. So there's the armory is right across the street. Basically, the town hall is right around the corner. So it's pretty nearby the garrison. Um, So I think it's pretty easy. It's really just like ducking into the shop itself, where you need to like look over your shoulders if anybody sees you. So give me a quick stealth check for that. Secret check.
He's going to be extra prepared for that,
Hmm.
and he's going to drink a little mutagen before,
Mm-hmm.
and once he's all set, then he is going to. Where's my stuff? There. Oh, I have to put this on. There.
Oh, sorry. Did you already roll? I didn't catch it. 21. Okay. All right. So you look over your shoulder, look up the street, down the street, and you realize, okay, now's your time. You duck into the store, and you can't avoid the little bell above the door, of course. So you can't help but announce your presence to everyone inside the store. And it is pretty dim in here. It's I mean, the store is never really inviting. So it just, it's kind of par for the course. Curtains are drawn on the windows. The lamps are already on, the oil lamps, even though there would still be enough daylight. And you can't help but feel a little bit like you caught Podiker or Oliver, um, somewhat by surprise as he like pokes his head out from behind the curtained doorway that leads to the back of the shop, and he like looks out and is like, oh, it's you. Okay, hang on a second, I'll be right with you. And it takes a moment, and then he comes out and he like wipes stains off his fingers and wipes them on his apron, which is also just stained in all sorts of oily, greasy colors. And he comes over, he smells of all sorts of chemicals and leans on his counter and his like almost doughy arms, and he looks at you with his small what to call like unsympathetic. No, that's the wrong term. It's like his tiny. He's got these tiny beady little eyes. I guess that's the best word for it. He's got these beady little eyes that always just seem to assess you when they look at you. And he goes, well, it's the little coroner himself. And he smiles a shark's grin. So, you've come to see how a real apothecary operates? Hmm?
Yes, if you want.
You should have invited
Like the
me
formula.
over. I have friends at Pillbug.
What were you saying, Quillip?
I'd like a formula, please.
A formula? Hmm. Do you think you can make sense of that? It's really complicated. There's a lot of numbers involved.
What numbers I can deal with?
Okay.
There's like these,
Okay.
and he's gonna pull out his own formula book and like rifle through a couple of the pages.
And he gives you this like playful, impressed reaction, like, "Oh, look at that! The little corner has a real formula book." So, what are you looking for?
Do you happen to have an energy mutagen?
An energy mutagen. What would you do with that, if I may ask? As he starts rummaging around a filing cabinet in the back.
Uh, oh, just the usual. Avoid being burnt alive, that sort of thing.
Well, last I checked, he says as he keeps running his fingers over the index. Last I checked, there isn't really a huge risk of being burned alive in the middle of Sandpoint. At least not since uh, the adventurers have saved us all.
Yeah.
Here's one. And he pulls out a formula, and he rolls it out in front of you. And you can tell that there's like a lot of pride in it. And as you look at the formula, it is very expertly written. It's not like those weird scribblings with lots of stuff crossed out and notes on the margins that you're familiar with from Nisk's store. This is like really scientific notation, a consistent lettering. It's very, very legible. And he says, "So, do you need me to explain this to you?"
If it's written properly, you shouldn't need to explain it.
If it's written properly, I write all of my formulas myself.
So you don't need to explain it then.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Well, and how much is that? That's
That is
formula.
1 gold piece for a level 1 formula.
That would be the regular price for it.
Yep.
He says, "Well, then I guess all we need is to take care of the matter of payment. I hope Nisk is paying you well enough."
Nisk is paying me the standard rate. You know how it is.
Of course I do. Well, it's 1 gold piece.
And he'll put down a coin on the counter.
And he eyes where you take that from. If you take it out of a pouch with a bunch of other coins, you feel like his curious gaze on you. He's like, but he doesn't say anything. And he just takes the coin, puts it in his pocket, says, "It's a pleasure of doing business."
Yes, thank you. Goodbye. And he gets out.
You let yourself out. Okay, that will be another stealth check, I would think, as you try to make it out of here. Okay, you like pull the curtain aside a little bit to peek out before you, make your way out into Tower Street and quickly try to gain some distance between you and the Pillbug's pantry. All right. Anything else we want to do with the rest of this day, or do we skip ahead to when the party meets again the next morning?
I'm good.
Nothing.
We don't talk to Father Santos, do we?
You haven't yet.
Maybe
we
that
want
could be.
to?
Yeah. We probably should.
Yeah, well, at least the next day when we go back, if we go back. Yeah.
So you're saying the next morning before going back, you stop by the cathedral?
Probably. By the way,
I guess, yeah.
Who sells the healing potion? Not elixirs of life, but healing potions.
One Solutions and the Pillbug Pantry have healing potions.
Wouldn't they have elixirs? Am I getting confused? Are healing potions alchemical as well?
No. Healing is magical. I assume Father Xanthus might have some.
Yeah, because I mean, if Father Xanthus has them, then Toren will absolutely just visit him in the morning and probably will like tell him the events of the previous
The
day.
general store should also have them, no? I mean, healing potions are quite general.
Who would?
General store, which one was it?
I don't think so. I think you're thinking of the elixirs because those are alchemical items. Those would be like more of a commodity that people would sell, but I don't think that healing potions, they seem more of a cathedral and divine healer sort of thing.
Corner
Okay.
market, you mean?
All right. So the next morning you stop, but does everybody stop by Xantus or do you meet at the grave? What do we do?
I guess it makes sense that we swing by before delving back in as a group.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I guess then you meet with Father Santis in one of the many rooms of the cathedral. This one has a beautiful stained glass window that is depicting Desna's butterflies. The light is falling in, the morning light is directed that way so that the rising sun in the morning beautifully illuminates this space in all sorts of different colors. Xantus looks a little tired. He's clearly been up for late the night before, and I guess we're joining the group as you're already kind of mid-conversation, catching him up on the events that have happened down below. And he says, "Well, I'm very sorry that you're running into all of these horrible and misfortunate souls down there. As I've promised, I will definitely do my best to support you in your quest. So, let me would you mind if I took another look at you, Ketra? I know that you were struggling with the ghoul fever."
Yeah. She'll step forward.
And he has prepared Cleanse Affliction for the day, which means that he can now cast it. It doesn't actually perspective.
I was just reading that. Is that what Hannah cast as well?
Yes.
I don't know if technically you can cast it multiple times to completely cure a disease. I think all it can do is reduce the stage by 1. And then if once it's done that once, it can't do it again to that disease, that instance of the disease. But you can heighten it to 3rd level to try to counteract the disease completely. That's what I understand just from reading the spell.
If it has advanced past stage 1, reduce the stage by 1. This reduction can be applied only once to a given case of an affliction, with the case ending when it's completely cured. Although the reduction can't occur again, heightened versions of the spell attempt to counteract with each casting. Yes, you're right. So because she has already cast it, we can't cast it for another. But if she had cast it at stage 1, I think it would have been cured.
It's weird because it doesn't act. If that's what you say, then that's fine. It's just that's not actually stated in the spell. It only seems to do something if it's advanced past stage 1, which is really.
Oh, you are right. You are right. You are right.
It doesn't look like it's able to actually get rid of a disease. It can just reduce it, or
yes.
If it's upcast, it can counteract it. I guess to get rid of it, but.
And he has it at heightened to 3rd level, but he doesn't have it. He's not able to heighten it to 4th level. So, well, I guess then he will probably tell you as much, and we can also take back or kind of like retrofit that you didn't pay the other 7 gold pieces because Hannah would obviously know that.
I mean, so it does look like if he's got it heightened to 3rd, he can attempt to counteract. All you need is 3rd to counteract.
Oh, it is a disease. Okay. Yeah. Attempt to counteract the affliction if it is a disease. Attempt to counteract if it is a cursed disease. Heightened version, attempt to counteract with each casting. Yes, okay, so he can. Okay. And Hannah would be of the same level. So okay, well, everything, stop the presses, everything stays the same.
Okay.
But he does need to try to counteract. So in this case, he actually needs to make a check. So he will cast the spell for free as he promised, and he will do a check.
Great.
And he apologizes, and I guess he was prepared for this, so he has two of those prepared. And I'll try once again,
Wow.
and he fails once again.
Guess
And
I
he
will-
says, I'm afraid, Ketra, this is the foul influence here is strong.
So can I go over to Hannah's in the morning then and get her third level casting of it as well?
Yes, you can.
All right. She's gonna leave the cathedral then, and she's gonna walk down the streets mumbling to herself something about "you get what you pay for," and she's gonna, she's gonna spend the 7 gold with Hannah after all.
Okay, so you go back to Hannah's and you find her once again busy at work. She's like binding up little bundles of herbs that she's hanging up on the rafters to air dry. And as you come inside, she looks at you with like genuine joy of seeing you again. And she says, "Oh, Ketra, welcome back, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. I hope you feel a lot better today."
Well, I certainly don't feel worse. Hoping that you can make me feel better.
Well, let's see what I can do for you. And she asks you to sit again on one of the chairs, and she once again like closes her eyes and goes through the incantations to Gozre, and there's this like gust of wind that washes over you that has like misty air mixed in with it that seems to cool the fever a little bit. And as she opens her eyes again and the magic fades, you feel cured. And she inspects you a little longer. She like pulls open your eye, and she like feels your cheeks and pushes your chin around again. And she says, "Well, my dear, I think that about took care of it, didn't it?"
I suppose it did. I guess Gozer's the real deal.
Oh, of course they are. They there's nothing more eternal than the force of nature.
Yeah. Well, good doing business with you. And she's gonna leave.
Okay, and she's gonna leave. And yeah, so maybe if you leave, should you look over your shoulder, you find her like smiling at you as you're on your way out with like a curious sense of interest in you. Just like, what's up with this one? I wonder where she's gonna go. Okay, a little while later, you rejoin the others. In the meantime, is there any more healing that you're asking Xantus to do? Any more spell casting you're asking him to do before you go back?
Just not from Santos, but I just need from you with my heroic dedication. When I perform my daily preparations, I can perform a hero reading for myself. So I draw my card from my deck, and that becomes my active hero omen for the next 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can draw a card for me, that will be my omen for the rest of the day.
Hopefully, it's like a bucket of water or something.
Yes, please. Actually, it's basically like, I get strikes, reflex saving throws, fortitude saving
Okay,
throws,
cool.
skill checks, will, or all other checks.
I just don't understand this. This is so frustrating. Let me find a card for you. Is it from any suit, or do I have to choose a suit?
Depending on the suit is what I get.
Ah, I see. Okay. So let me draw.
So
tell
the
you.
card doesn't really matter. The suit is what we're looking for.
Gotcha. Where are the fucking cards? There they are. And the suit is, or the card is, the Crows, which is the suit of keys.
So I get a bonus on reflex saving throws.
Nice.
All right. Sorry, did anybody else say anything about needing anything from Xantus?
Toren will ask him to sell him a healing potion. I have cash on person for only once, but it should be enough for now.
Oh, I will buy one as well. He has them.
Yes. He will.
If we're buying it, I would buy one as well.
Okay. You
Is
can
it-
all pay regular price for it because he can only offer his spell casting for free. He can't offer the potions for free.
That's fair.
Can I assume
much is
Ketra
it?
gets healed by Quillip?
What was that?
Can I assume Ketra gets healed by Quillip before we go in there?
Weren't you healed full? But yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
So you can get a lesser healing potion for 12 gold pieces, which restores 2d8 plus 5. Or you can get a minor healing potion for 4 gold pieces, which restores 1d8.
Okay.
I'll get a lesser, please.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we'll
that's
buy a
one
lesser.
as well.
okay. That is 12
14
gold.
gold, right?
12.
12.
I've deducted from my own inventory already. I bought it through the browser.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did it just now.
Okay. So as you resupply, an acolyte brings over those potions for you. You make your donations, quote unquote. And as you head out, Xantus stops you on your way, and he says, "Oh, just one thing. I forgot to mention. Word came last night that Odrani should be able to join us soon. So I hope that we'll be able to conduct the ritual with the next full moon." And those of you who know the calendar, you would know that that is in about a week. No, wait, that's not true. In about 3 days. And then he he pauses and waits for the acolyte that brought over the potions to leave. Then he steps in closer and he says, "Listen, I realize that I didn't really think about this ahead of time, but for obvious reasons, Nualia is a controversial figure in town, to say the least. And I think there'd probably be many that would object to us summoning her spirit. Let's just try to keep this among us."
Well, at least you understand this.
Speaking
I
of
knew
things that should be known or not known, you have lots of nasty, creepy things underneath there. Did you know that?
He says, and he looks at you, and he looks at again, like making sure that the acolyte is gone. And you were all, I guess, already on your feet and on your way out. And he says, "I guess now is as good as time as any. Please have another seat, or have a seat again." And he sits down, and he picks his nails for a little bit there. He's like a little nervous and about it, clearly, and chewing on it, and he's waiting to find the right words and just sitting there in silence for a few moments. There's something that I haven't told you. And it's about the ghouls.
Okay.
You see, if you've been in this position for as long as I have, and you can ask Naffer if you want to get his perspective on it. He's been a caretaker of the boneyard for a long, long time, and ghouls are just a reality of this kind of institution. Where there are dead bodies in the ground, there will be ghouls. The real challenge is how to manage this situation. And you can see that he's still like chewing on his words. Well, and a long time ago, we managed to find an agreement, like, of sorts, with a group of ghouls that had moved into the boneyard.
What?
I know,
Makes sense.
Possible with ghouls?
I know.
Does that mean that we killed your guests?
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. And I'm glad you're asking. Absolutely not. We have never goblin ghouls would never be trusted, as they've proven to be just as chaotic and unreliable in their existence after death than before. No, we have a deal, a pact of sorts with a ghoul named Vulgar Rabs. Let me give you a name in the chat. And hang on a minute here. I need to check my background on that. Yeah. Yes. Volgor, a long time ago, we tried to push back as soon as there were signs of ghouls below the boneyard, and we've lost many in the fight. And for what? They would just become part of their ranks in the worst case, and in the best case, it would buy us a little bit of time. So, eventually, we found a way to come to a mutual agreement. They would not dig up too far from below as to break the surface. And in return, whatever would sink down into their warrants eventually would be theirs to take. When I first saw that the grave had sunken in, I thought that Volgor and his ghouls had broken the trust that we have placed in them, which ultimately I guess would have been to be expected. But I was greatly relieved to hear that it was indeed a band of goblin ghouls. Nonetheless, though, it seems weird to me that there should be another faction of ghouls around, and as you find your way down there anyway, I just needed you to know this.
Duly noted.
So if we
We
come
saw no
across
signs
this
of your
band,
ghouls.
Can you please at least describe us this Mr. Volgur, so we wouldn't kill him by accident? If he...
Oh, he would probably make himself known.
Saw no
You
sign
have-
of any woodwood crabs.
I mean,
Any
no,
of
no,
them.
Santos, like there is a bit of a difference for how ghouls make themselves known. I mean, if he had like
Agreed.
some sort of identifying characteristics that we would be able to tell if well, he charges at us while screeching or something, you know.
He is surprisingly well mannered for a flesh-eating undead.
It's good to know.
Keep an eye out for your associate.
Have you been in contact with this Rabs recently?
No, we have not been in contact for a long time. The deal was made, and part of the deal was that we would never have to speak to each other again. Anyway, I'm sure you have things to do. And he clearly is like nervous and feels bad about the whole affair and a little embarrassed. I don't want to keep you from your explorations, but I did feel like it was necessary for you to know. And once again, I don't want to unsettle anyone in town unnecessarily, so please, once again, keep this between us.
Oh, you don't have to worry. There is a very high chance that we will be burned to cinders and may never return. And if that comes to pass, can you please tell my mother to bury my ashes in the well?
Drava, I am sure hope that won't be necessary. All right, and with that, you take your leave and you make your way over across the boneyard. You see two of the Sandpoint guards members like sitting in the shade of one of the mausoleums. You know, they have their equipment, their weapons, maybe leaning onto a shield, but they're clearly bored, and they watch you cross the boneyard as you make your way over to the grave that's been covered up in tarp, and you ready yourselves for another delve into the catacombs below for next time.
All right.
Very fun session.
I forgot about the hour